Welcome everyone. So in this part 4 of solid state, we'll discuss the numericals on calculation of number of atoms in a unit cell and numericals on tetrahedral and octahedral voids. In previous sessions, we have seen that how the atoms or the particles in a unit cell are shared. That is, a corner particle will be shared by 8 unit cells and its contribution is 1 by 8. A body-centered particle is shared by 1 unit cell, contribution is 1. Face-centered particle is shared by 2 unit cells and its contribution is 1 by 2. And a particle at edge center will be shared by 4 unit cells and its contribution is 1 by 4. So based on that, we'll be having numericals where you will be given the location of the particles or the atoms, and we have to find out the formula of the compound. So let's begin with some numericals here. So first one, a compound is formed by two elements A and B, where A atoms occupy corners of a cubic unit cell and B atoms occupy face centers. Find the formula of the compound. Now in this question, they have given the location of the two atoms, the elements A and B atoms are given. So where A atoms are occupying corners and B atoms are occupying face centers. So first what we'll do is we'll write A is to B. Then we know that A atoms are present at the corners of a cubic unit cell, and a cubic unit cell will be having 8 corners. So based on the type of unit cell they have mentioned, because many of the numericals they will be giving you cubic unit cells. So whenever it is mentioned cubic unit cell, you will take 8 because 8 corner particles will be there in a cubic unit cell. And we know that a corner particle contribution is 1 by 8. Then B atoms occupy face centers. A cubic unit cell will be having 6 faces, so 6 faces carry 6 face centered particles. And we know that 6 face centered particle, that is each face centered particle will be having contribution as 1 by 2. Upon calculation you will get A as 1 atom and B as 3 atom. So we can simply write the formula as A1 B3 or AB3. Remember, when you are calculating the formula, you must know the location as well as their contribution. How many particles are there, at which location they are there, and what is their contribution. Then only you will be able to find out the formula. Coming to the next question, a compound is formed by P, Q, and R elements, where P occupies corners, Q occupies body center, and R atoms occupy face centers. Find the formula. Again in the solution, we'll write P is to Q is to R. Location of P is given in the question. They are occupying corners. How many corners? 8. Corner contribution is 1 by 8. So you will multiply 8 into 1 by 8. Then Q. Location of Q is body center. A unit cell will be having one body center. So you will take it as 1. And its contribution is also 1. 1 into 1. Coming to R atoms are present at face centers. So 6 face centers will be there and its contribution is 1 by 2. So you will get the, upon calculation, 1 is to 1 is to 3. So formula becomes P1 Q1 R3, or you can write PQR3. Next question. A compound is formed by two elements X and Y, where X atoms are at the corners and Y atoms at face centers. One of the corner atom is missing from the unit cell. What is the formula? Again, two elements are there, that is atoms of element X and atoms of element Y. They have given the location of X, they are occupying the corners, and they have given the location of Y, they are occupying face centers. And in the next part of the question, they have given one of the corner atom is missing. Now, when you talk about a cubic unit cell, there will be 8 corners, and at the second part of the question, they have given one of the corner atom is missing, means out of 8, one is missing. So you will take 7 corner particles now. Instead of taking 8, as they have mentioned in the question, one of the corner atom is missing, so you have to take it as 7. Contribution remains the same, because when the particles are changing, it doesn't mean that its contribution also change, like you have to take it as 1 by 7. No, this contribution is fixed whether it is one atom or more than one atom. Only based on the question you have to take the number of particles. So out of 8, one is missing, so you will take 7 corner particles, and each corner particle has contribution as 1 by 8. Then why they are present at the face centers? Again, 6 face centers. Contribution of each face centered particle is 1 by 2. So here you will get 7 by 8 is to 3. If you want to convert into a whole number, multiply by 8 on both sides, you will get 7 is to 24. So formula becomes x7 y24. Some numericals on location of tetrahedral and octahedral whites. In the part 3, I think some of the audio clip is by mistake deleted. So where you are not able to hear, I think, the location of tetrahedral and octahedral whites. So first of all, tetrahedral whites are formed between 4 spheres which are arranged in tetrahedral manner. The empty space will be called as tetrahedral white. And when you talk about FCC unit cell, in an FCC unit cell you will find 2 tetrahedral whites on each body diagonal. Body diagonal is the line which joins two opposite corners of a cube. So on each body diagonal you will be having 2 tetrahedral whites. So totally you can draw 4 body diagonals in a unit cell. So totally it will become 8 tetrahedral whites. When you talk about location of octahedral whites are formed when close packing takes place between 6 spheres arranged in octahedral manner, and these octahedral whites in an FCC unit cell are found at edge centers, and their location is again body center. They are found at edge centers as well as body center. In a cubic unit cell, there will be 12 edges. So when you talk about searching of octahedral whites are formed at edge centers and they are formed at body center. So these whites, as I have told in previous slide also, these whites are commonly occupied by cations, smaller cations. If the cation is very small, it prefers tetrahedral white. If the cation is larger, it occupies octahedral whites. Anions generally occupy lattice sites, means corners, face centers, or sometimes body center also. Whereas whites, the cations will be occupying tetrahedral or octahedral whites. So upon calculation, we get a general relationship between the whites and the spheres. If a closed packed structure has n spheres, it will contain double number of tetrahedral whites. N spheres are there means it contains 2n tetrahedral whites, and if there are n spheres, it will contain same number of octahedral whites. Suppose if there is a one sphere in a closed packed structure, assuming a value as 1, so it will have only one octahedral white. This way you can remember ONE1 and O for octahedral white. And for one sphere, there will be 2 tetrahedral whites, TWO2 and T for tetrahedral whites. So this relationship is very important. For n spheres, 2n tetrahedral whites, and n sphere, n number of octahedral whites. We'll have some numericals on this part also in the next slide. A compound is formed by 2 elements, X and Y, where Y anions make CCP lattice and X cations occupy all the octahedral whites. What is the formula of the compound? So whenever you talk about a unit cell, cations, they may occupy either tetrahedral whites or they may occupy octahedral whites. It depends on their size. All the tetrahedral and octahedral whites will not be occupied. A fractional value will be occupied, and that depends on the formula of the compound. So here they have given the locations, how much cations are occupying how many octahedral whites. So based on that, you can calculate the formula of the compound. Again, as usual, we'll take X is to Y. X is acting as here cation and Y is acting as anion. Now, when you talk about anions generally occupy the lattice sites, meaning corners and face centers. And they have mentioned why anions make CCP lattice. The meaning of CCP lattice is nothing but FCC lattice. Means why anions are present at corners and face centers. It is a FCC unit cell. And in FCC unit cell, we know that per unit cell there will be 4 particles. There will be 4 particles. So value of Y will take 4 because they have mentioned why anions make CCP lattice. CCP is nothing but FCC, and in FCC unit cell there will be 4 particles or 4 species per unit cell. Now when there are 4 particles or atoms in a close packed structure, octahedral whites also remain same, that is 4. That is, for n spheres there will be n number of octahedral whites. So when you have 4 spheres, it will have 4 octahedral whites. Out of 4 octahedral whites, how many are occupied? X cations occupy all the octahedral whites. So 4 into 1 we have to take here. So directly we can write 4 also. So because they have mentioned all the octahedral whites, so I have to multiply by 1. If they suppose give you some half of the octahedral whites are multiplied, then you will multiply here by 1 by 2. If it is mentioned 1/3 is occupied, you will take 1 by 3. So as they have given all the octahedral whites, so we'll write 4, or you can mention 4 into 1. So here the ratio becomes x4y4 or xy. Or the other one more method by which you can solve this is take x is to y. In general we can go, we need not remember how many particles are there in CCP or SCP. Directly we can go with one sphere. For one sphere, octahedral whites also will be 1 and all are occupied. So 1 into 1, it will give again 1. So answer will be xy. Another question, atoms of element B form HCP lattice, hexagonal close packed lattice, and element A occupy 2/3 of tetrahedral whites. What is the formula of the compound? Atoms of element B form HCP lattice and atoms are occupying 2/3 of tetrahedral whites. Again we'll take A is to B. We'll focus on B because B is forming the lattice. So B value we will take it as 1. It is not necessary that you should remember how many particles per unit cell of HCPs are there. Directly we can go by taking B value as equal to 1. Means 1 sphere. When there is 1 sphere, there will be double number of tetrahedral whites. Double number of tetrahedral whites, that is 2. Then out of 2, A is occupying 2/3 of tetrahedral whites. That's why we are taking 2 into 2 by 3. Suppose if they have mentioned all tetrahedral whites, then I would have multiplied by 1. As they have mentioned 2/3 of tetrahedral whites are occupied, so you have to take first of all how many are there, that is 2, and how many are occupied, that is 2/3 is occupied. So 2 into 2 by 3, it will become 4 by 3 is to 1, or when you simplify you will get 4 is to 3, that is multiply by 3, you will get 4 is to 3. You will get finally formula of the compound as A4B3. One more question. Ferric oxide crystallizes in a HCP array of oxide ions. Array means arrangement. HCP array of oxide ions with 2 out of every 3 octahedral holes occupied by ferric ions. 2 out of every 3 octahedral holes means 2/3 of octahedral holes. The other name for holes is voids. Derive the formula of the compound, that is derive the formula of ferric oxide. Fe, then here oxygen. If ferric oxide crystallizes in HCP array of oxide ions they have given, means oxygen or oxide ions are forming the lattice. So that oxygen we have to take it as 1, and for one sphere there will be same number of octahedral voids, that is 1. Out of 1, 2/3 are occupied by ferric ions. So I'll multiply by 2 by 3. Then you will get 2 by 3 is to 1. Upon simplifying, you will get 2 is to 3. Hence, the formula of the compound will become Fe2O3.